Savannah, welcome to the Savannah Business Showcase. I'm your host, Raz, and I am here with a very special guest, Miss Kate Jones, owner of Orchid Organizing, right?
Yes.
Okay. The way I like to start the show is with a scenario.
Okay.
So I didn't brief you on this. I usually don't. But you're in your neighborhood. A little kid comes up to you and says, Kate, you're my hero. How can I be like you when I grow up? So in the language that a 10 or 12-year-old can understand, what does it take to be Kate Jones?
Oh, wow. That's really hard. Would this be like ideal Kate Jones, or would this be actuality, what I do and who I am?
Who you are. The real.
Okay. I would tell them to follow whatever their heart is that they want to do, and not just what their parents tell them that they should do or will make a lot of money, because it doesn't always make you happy, and usually it doesn't always make you happy. But to also not be afraid that when you do follow your dreams of what you'd really like to do, that if it's profitable, that doesn't mean that it's not a good or valuable thing that you're bringing to other people. And that if your goal is to help people in whatever you do, business-wise, personal-wise, that will lead you to have a good life. So as long as you're kind to people, give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and help anyone as best you can, those are all good things to live a good life.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree with that. That's good.
I'm glad you agree.
Right, because I'm not making a lot of money.
Right. Passion project, you know?
What? Okay, so is that kind of what, that's who Kate Jones is? You went to school for something else and you decided to start your business? Something? Okay.
So I went to school for, my undergrad degree is in human development and family science.
Okay.
Which was in the College of Family and Consumer Sciences at UGA.
Nice.
Go Dogs. And my grad degree is in professional communication and leadership. So I don't have a degree in professional organizing. I don't know that there is one, but it wasn't ever really something that was on top of mind, that this would be something that I would be able to do for a living and be able to help people in this way. I did sales for a long time and I really loved it, but it just wasn't something that I was excited about waking up every morning to do.
Right.
So I wouldn't say that I exactly went to school for this, but it all has contributed to making this business successful.
That's kind of the way it works.
Yeah.
So who are you? Tell the people who you are and what you do and all that good stuff.
So my name is Kate Jones. I grew up in Savannah, middle school through high school, and went to UGA for undergrad, came back here to Savannah for Armstrong, now Georgia Southern. And I have lived several different places after that, and did medical device sales and staffing sales, and then moved back here in early 2018 to start this business.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Why organizing? What was the moment you said, this is what I want to do?
I've always been really organized. I was the weird kid that my parents never had to ask me to make my bed. I would organize to procrastinate, or in my free time, that was kind of my go-to. Yeah. And then in the recent years, I realized that this was something that professional organizers are a thing, and that they are very helpful to people. It's sort of like, some people will say, why would I ever pay anyone to do my taxes? I can do my taxes on my own,
right? Because
it's something that they're good at. Me, on the other hand, I would pay somebody all day long to do my taxes because it's just not something that I'm not good at, and I would rather have a professional do it for me and do it right and do it well. So that's kind of where professional organizing comes in. It's something that I'm good at, I'm passionate about, and it helps people. And we really, our goal is to help busy professionals, that include stay-at-home moms, to take the stress out of their life by creating spaces that are organized and functional, and that they're really proud to show off, that you're proud to have your friends and family come over and show them your pantry, show them your closets and your garage.
No. No, that's the last place I let people go.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So recently you did like a and I was amazed by this. I was like impressed by this, that you put like a fundraiser together, but also what did you do? It was at a jewelry place, right? What was the event you did?
Yes. So our grand opening party was at Kendra Scott here in Savannah, and they have a really awesome program where they give back to the community by doing Kendra Gives Back parties, and they do it for different fundraising events. So we had the Ambucks charities. They make bikes and trikes for differently abled people. And so our grand opening party was a celebration of our business, and a portion of the proceeds went back to Ambucks charities for those bikes and trikes. That's awesome. And all their programs that they do here in Savannah. They're here locally in Savannah. They have a chapter, and they're national. They have a national presence as well.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Like and that's what I've learned. So I've interviewed a lot of people now, and the most successful ones are always the ones that are the first people to give back.
Yes.
You know, that's what I've noticed. Whether it's like the owner of Nine Line, where he gave back, he has Nine Line Foundation where they are building homes for, disabled veterans, or, just it's crazy. So I applaud you for doing that.
Well, thanks. Yeah. It worked out really well because I didn't want it to just be all about us as a business. I wanted it to be something that gave back to a charity, especially something local here in Savannah. And partnering with Kendra Scott was a really fun way to do it because they also had the jewelry and the champagne and macaroons, all those fun things. So
that's great. Awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so cool. So like why business? So like sales is business. Why didn't you just get a job at a I don't know where a professional organizer would be, but like
Container Store.
Yeah, Container
like
Store.
That. Yeah. So I've always wanted to start my own business, and I think a lot of people can relate to the desire to want to control your schedule, what you do, who you work with, who your clients are, what your day-to-day looks like, who you can be involved with and collaborate with, do fun things like podcasts and radio shows with Raz. I have full control over doing all those things.
Right.
Also, though, owning your own business it's a lot of work too.
Yeah.
But I like to take on challenges, and this was a big challenge that I figured. I'm not even 30 yet, so I figured if it didn't work out, might as well try. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to have that regret of not trying to create a business and always wishing that I did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. It is a challenge and it's scary. But what do they say? Like that's the magic happens outside of the circle. I don't know. I screwed that up.
Like that. Something like that.
Outside of your comfort zone is where the magic happens.
Exactly.
Right. So people draw a big circle and they put like a dot outside of it. That's it. Okay. Maybe I'll find a way to get that image to people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I'm at too. I need to start I'm working on finding a way and building up my courage to get on the other side of the camera. Mm-hmm. Like I enjoy making other people look good.
Oh yeah.
But I need to get my face out there as well. So that's my challenge right now. And
that's been one of my biggest challenges too. Is we have a pretty good presence on Instagram, and
what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Orchid Organizing.
Okay.
So orchid like the flower, and we show a lot of the behind the scenes and. Some before and afters, that kind of thing on our Instagram stories. And we have really pretty pictures of what we do for work in our feed. But that was one of my biggest challenges, too, was to show my face.
Yeah.
And it's really intimidating.
Yeah.
And it's still hard for me to do that. But I want people to know that we're real people and not everything that we do is perfect and beautiful all the time. I moved recently and did a Facebook Live of my office to show people that I still have boxes everywhere and it's not perfectly organized and I'm stressed about it. I wish I could hire myself and get out of my own head. But yeah, the video portion of it is that's something that I want to be able to connect with the audience and show people what we do behind the scenes and that we're real people and we have a good time. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to be vulnerable like that.
It is. But so my social media guru that I always ask questions of, her name's Bonnie Horwath. I don't know if you know her or not. But anyway, she's great. And she always says you want to make your brand more human. So that includes taking pictures of yourself, and that includes getting yourself out there a little bit more. And that scares me.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to do it.
Yeah, I work with some wonderful photographers, Teresa Ernest Social, and she does a lot of content photography for me.
Okay.
And she is a friend of mine as well, but she had to kind of sit me down and say, Kate, the pictures of you are what do really well. So we got to do more of that. We got to show more of your face, which I hate, but I'm getting over it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yep. Trying to make it more human.
Yeah, exactly. So give people some tips, some organization tips. Like what's your number one tip, or what's like the number one thing that could help people out there?
Yes. The number one thing the number one tip I would give you, it's kind of general, but you can make it more specific, is to keep like items together in your home or in your business. People often will stash something, like multiples everywhere, like Band-Aids in 4 different parts of the house, or scissors or phone chargers in 4 different parts of the house. Keep them all together in one spot, especially if you have a family, because then everybody knows that it goes in this one spot. If you're looking for it, for a phone charger, for scissors, you know exactly where to go. And you can do this with everything, with paper towels and Ziploc bags, whatever it is around your house, shoes, coats, they all go in one spot all together. That's probably the biggest thing, is to group your like items together and keep them in one spot, not have them kind of strewn all over the place.
Right. So that's like the first thing you look for when you walk in a new location.
Yeah, I think that's our main goal, is to get, I mean, aside from the client's goal of, I want clear countertops in my office and be able to do craft projects and have good storage where I know exactly where everything is. That's aside from that bigger goal. Our goal is to also the person always to know where to go to get whatever item it is, because it's kind of crazy. It all relates back to health. The more cluttered your area is, the less organized your area is, the more stressful it is for you. If you have a bunch of stuff on your countertops, it's actually mentally taxing for you, and you may not realize it until it's not there, that it takes up a lot of energy for your brain to process everything that's out and around, and even little things that you wouldn't expect to have a toll on you and your stress levels. That if you know every time you leave the house that you have your keys right here and they never go anywhere, they're never supposed to be anywhere else than that spot, then that takes off so much stress in the mornings of where to find things, and it just sets your day off a lot better and a lot more calming kind of thing.
No, I've noticed that too. Whenever I clean up the office, I can I'll have like a business breakthrough after I clean up a little bit. You know, I'll think about another client I can reach out to, or you know, like some, so that
it's kind of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like if you're clearing your conscious and your view and all of that, so that you can have, work on higher level things. Which you wouldn't necessarily think is that big of a deal. But it's kind of crazy when you organize and put everything in its place and clear off countertops and everything goes in a spot that it's supposed to. It feels really good.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Cool. So what are some other benefits of organizing?
Well, like I said, stress relief, and that kind of leads into your health, because the more stressed you are, the more cortisol you produce, which is a stress hormone, and that has negative impacts on your body. So you're not able to think as clearly, you aren't able to sleep as well, you don't have as much energy. It impacts a lot in your life. As far as being able to, if you could come home and everything had a spot and there wasn't stuff everywhere, every time you clean, if everything would pretty much stay there, you just had to do like a quick clean and put things back where they go, you're able to enjoy your house a lot more, enjoy your family a lot more. You'd probably be surprised at the fights that you don't have in the morning with your kids of, where are your shoes? Please just get your shoes so we can get out of the house and get to school on time. Taking away a lot of that stress makes a big difference in how you interact with other people, how you feel, and how you're able to relax. when you go home or come to work makes a big difference.
Great advice. I'm just thinking why. So a lot of business owners listen to the show because they've been on it.
Yeah.
So why would a business owner hire you to come in? What's the benefit for them?
So benefit for business owners is...
And we kind of covered it a little bit. But
a little bit. A lot of people are using your space. And you want, in order for your business to work most effectively, you want other people to be able to use your systems and be able to find things when you're not there. You don't want it all relying on you as a business owner. So, for example, we worked with a workout studio, and they had pretty tight quarters for their back storage room. A lot of different instructors use it, and they needed it to look better. There was stuff just kind of shoved in there, but they also needed it to be more effective for them because they had a lot of things that were stored. The studio takes up most of their their space, and they're not able to use that area for storage and utility and that kind of thing because that's for the clients. They want it clear. So helping them with their back room so everybody knows where to go when they need to decorate for Halloween. They know exactly where to go. They can have any of the instructors go back there and find that stuff because it's labeled. They know exactly where it is. When their cleaning people come, they know, okay, we're almost out of Lysol wipes, so we need to order some more. But you have an idea because all those items are grouped together. You know what you have and what you need. It helps a lot with inventory. We've worked with restaurants as well in their back rooms and their inventory, labeling everything, putting everything together so that you know how much you have, how much you need. Everybody can go back there and use it's a system that works for everybody.
Right.
So you're freeing yourself up to not be that one point of contact for absolutely everything, even when it comes to kind of silly things like cleaning supplies. People can find it.
That's true.
So I'd say that makes a huge difference in being able to work more effectively in your business. Awesome. It's having a system for organizing and paperwork, that kind of thing too. We haven't really touched on that, but that's something that will help with as well, is like filing systems. And,
oh, really?
Yes. So filing systems and helping you figure out, if you have different business lines of where you want to keep everything, and making sure that you have a system for what you do with your client paperwork and files and that kind of thing, so that you're able, like you said, think of, oh my gosh, that's a client that I should reach out to, because you're not bogged down with all the paperwork and stuff everywhere and piles all over your desk.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, why Savannah? Like, why'd you come back to Savannah?
Savannah's beautiful. It really is. I'm so spoiled to have been able to grow up here. Yeah. I love the water. I lived in the Atlanta area for a while and felt so landlocked. It's been really cool coming back to see all the different businesses and being here as a business owner to make different connections with people like you and other business owners, to see all the cool things that are going on in Savannah. And it's a really great place to be right now with all the different businesses and fun things like breweries that do pop-ups with pizza and drinks and bands. It's just a great place to be.
Yeah, I agree. I enjoy here a lot. I wish I could live in the city, but we got kids, so it's easier to live in the burbs. But,
exactly.
But yeah, I definitely love it here too. And it's the business community is great, and most of the business owners I've met have been awesome.
Yeah, me too. It's been so much fun. I didn't expect to enjoy that part that much. And then I also have a big family that lives here, so it's great to be close.
Yeah, I'm far away from family, and that's okay.
Yeah. They might be listening.
You're
going to be in a lot of trouble after this interview.
It's fine. They're not going to come see me anyway, so it's fine. Cool. So we'll take a short break, and we'll come right back with the lightning round.
All right.
Cool. Anything else? So how can people find you and get in contact with you?
Yeah, so like I said, our Instagram is at Orchid Organizing. We are on Facebook at Orchid Organizing as well.
Okay.
And then we have our email, and our website is Orchid Organizing.
Perfect.
So info@orchidorganizing.com. It's all pretty similar. Just Google us. You'll be able to find it.
Perfect. All right, cool. So we'll be right back in a second. Savannah, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Kate Jones of Orchid Organizing. All right, peace. And I'll pause it. All right, Savannah, welcome back to the Savannah Business Showcase. I'm here again with Miss Kate Jones, owner of Orchid Organizing, Savannah local, back here doing great things in the community to help us clear our minds and organize our homes and businesses and files and all that cool stuff. But we're going to put it through the lightning round.
All right.
Are you ready?
I think. A little scared.
What did you want to be as a kid, and how does that relate to your current business?
I wanted to be, my first thing that I wanted to be was an inventor.
Okay.
And I guess that kind of, I mean, when you start your own business, that's sort of what you're doing, inventing from the ground up. There are a lot of professional organizers worldwide, but Savannah, it's not as prevalent of a business. So I guess it's kind of new here too.
Yeah. Kind of the same with podcasting.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
a big thing worldwide, but Savannah is not kind of up on it yet.
Yeah.
But it is called Slovana for a reason, right?
Yeah, which is part of the good thing about it too.
That's true. How have you approached failure in life?
I think I get better at approaching this with age, but I try to look at it always as a learning experience, that there was a reason for that happening and that I was supposed to learn from it for whatever reason. And that God puts that in your life path for a reason, that there was something that you were supposed to learn from it if something didn't work out. And if it's not meant for you, it won't stick.
Yeah. So that said, tell us a story about a failure.
Failure. Oh, this is really hard. Am I in a job interview? Let's see. Job related or personal?
Either or. It's up to you.
Okay.
Whatever comes to mind first or second.
This is really hard. I don't know how real I want to be with y'all. I'll give you like a little one right now that I felt really silly about. So I just moved, and part of what we do for our clients is we have a lot of supplies that we bring that they can use in their home if they want to. And those containers are plastic. Some of them ones that we use. And so I was unpacking and being kind of lazy and put one of those containers. It was like a little dusty, so I just threw it in the dishwasher because I had to wash some other things, and pulled it out, and it was totally melted. Thankfully, it didn't melt all over the dishwasher, but I felt so dumb because I should know that. I work with this stuff every day. I would, if anyone asked me, can you put it in the dishwasher, I would have said no, but I did that and totally ruined like a $15 container.
Oh, man.
So that was, I mean, that's kind of a silly thing, but just, I try to just learn from that. Don't put plastic things in the dishwasher that shouldn't go in the dishwasher.
Okay. All right. So usually my follow-up question is, there's a business owner out there. What advice would you give them in that situation?
Yeah, don't wash your containers. Hand wash them. Don't put anything that isn't meant for food in the dishwasher.
Okay. Great. Who influenced you early in life, and who's your mentor now?
Oh, man. Early in life, I don't think that I realized it until now, but I think my dad was a really big influence on where I've gone with business and that kind of thing. He's a professional landscape architect and does landscape design. And he had his own business, and I don't think that it ever really registered until after I decided to start my own business, and then said, oh, well, when I need advice, I could actually ask my dad. He's done this before. Yeah. So he definitely has been an inspiration in that. And then I would say, as far as a mentor, I really enjoy, in podcast land, I really enjoy Jenna Kutcher and Rachel Hollis. They have awesome podcasts. Okay. They are a little more catered towards female entrepreneurs, but they're really great, and they give a lot of great advice. And I think part of what they Preach is also another one of my mentors is a professional organizer. Her name is Jen Obermeyer.
Okay.
And she has always instilled in me from the beginning of starting my business to be kind and upbeat and happy, and that will come back to you with clients, with other people that you interact with through your business, just being vulnerable and putting yourself out there, and but always being kind to people.
Yeah.
And then that'll come back to you, and giving a lot. So that's part of what y'all will see on our Instagram page is that we give you a lot of tips and tricks and advice. You can DM us for any kind of suggestions that you want about things. Yes, we do have paid services where we do in-home and in-business organizing, but I want to give everything that we can to help people in any way that we can.
Right. And sometimes it takes a while, but it works.
Yeah. There's no
Yeah.
secrets here.
No, definitely not. Okay, next question. How did you get your first client?
My first client. Well, that's kind of... So, like I said, I've been really organized since I was little. My family would ask me to organize for presents for them.
Okay.
For Christmas or birthdays or whatever, they would ask me to organize their spaces for them.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
In college, my sweet friends would invite me over to their dorm rooms when they knew it was a mess because they knew I couldn't handle it and would start cleaning. I couldn't help it. To be clear, I don't like to clean at all because that's very different than organizing in my opinion, but I couldn't handle it when their rooms were all a mess and they knew that. So sweet friends.
Okay. So we have barbecues every so often if you ever want to come over.
Yeah. Feed me and I might not be able to help myself organize a little bit. But my first client with Orchid Organizing was through Instagram, actually. She is a really awesome artist out of Columbia, South Carolina, and she saw me on Instagram. It was amazing because she is someone that I've followed for a long time and love her work, and she reached out to me and said, I need help with my art studio. Please help. And so that was a really cool project to work on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. A couple other things. What's something you consume religiously? It could be like a blog, TV show, YouTube channel.
One of my favorite podcasts is How I Built This with Guy Raz.
Yeah.
Great podcast.
Yeah.
It's been surprising to me some of the brands and products that I never thought were that interesting. Like Tempur-Pedic mattresses was one of his most recent ones, and you would never think that story was that interesting, but it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And really inspiring. The one, if y'all were to go listen to How I Built This, the one I'd say that has inspired me the most is the woman behind Chicken Salad Chick.
Okay.
That one was a tearjerker.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it yet, but I saw it. It's crazy.
It's a great story, a really great story, and very inspiring, especially as a female business owner. So that one I would say I consume all the time. Podcasts are my thing. I love them. I'm listening to some Audible stuff too. I love 4 Hour Work Week and Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis.
Okay.
But Up and Vanished on that podcast.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh my gosh, where have you been?
Know,
okay,
right?
Up and Vanished has 2 seasons. One of them is in Ocilla, Georgia. And so it's not far from middle of nowhere, but it's not far from like Valdosta Tifton area. And this woman was missing for 11 years, and he goes and finds out about this case. It's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Up and Vanished.
Up and Vanished.
Okay, cool. Cool. I love podcasts as well. Of course.
Obviously.
Of course. What was I gonna say? Oh, another thing about like How I Built This. The thing that I find so inspiring is like that these are just normal people who took a chance.
Yes.
You know, like they're never superstars or they're not millionaires already. They're just normal people who took a chance.
Right.
And that inspires me.
Yes, me too. Big time. Especially like with the Chicken Salad Chick when she started just making chicken salad in her kitchen.
Really?
And, yeah. It was really cool. Driving it around in her minivan.
Yeah. That's crazy. I thought about starting a food truck before, but I could never. Like, I get a little claustrophobic, so to stay,
that
stay
might
in the
be
van,
kind of hard. Yeah,
especially here in the summer, it'd be tough. So
really hot.
yeah. Favorite book?
Favorite book? I'd say Present Over Perfect is one that I have really enjoyed, that has given me a lot of peace in my life. That one, it is religious based, but I think it can resonate regardless of what your beliefs are. One of the lines that really hit me the most was when you wake up every morning telling yourself, nothing that I do today will make me be any more or less loved or worthy of anything. So achieving a lot today or doing nothing and messing something up doesn't make any difference in who I am as a person, as far as what that you're a good person or not, which being a type A achiever type of person, I need to hear that.
Yeah, I like the part about just being present, just being there.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a big reason why I like this show, because we're just here,
Yeah.
Nothing else really matters. You get a ton of calls because of some hacker.
I know. My phone is currently blowing up right now because I'll tell you, a business failure. I don't know what happened, but for some reason I have gotten about 15 missed calls right now. Oh, here comes another one. So if you're getting a call from me and you don't know why, it's probably not me. Sorry,
but,
guys.
Right, but you're here. Like, there's nothing you can do about that right now.
Yeah.
So that's why I love the show. So.
Oh yeah.
A couple more.
Okay.
And we'll get out of here.
Okay.
Get rolling. There's a concept called the 80-20 rule.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pareto's principle. For the people out there who don't know, 20% of your actions equal 80% of your results. So, in Orchid Organizing, like what's the 20% of things you do that get you the most results?
With organizing for a client? Like I talked about, the biggest tip of grouping like items together.
I'm sorry, with growing your business.
Oh, with growing the business. For me, it has been, I think, interacting with people face to face to be able to connect with them on a personal level has been the most important thing to grow the business, because organizing for someone is a really personal experience. It can be kind of stressful and embarrassing when you're not used to letting people in to look in every drawer you have and see your mess and that kind of thing. So connecting with people on a personal level in person has been probably had the most impact on the business, for people to understand that that we don't judge. We enjoy this. We get to do this. It's like a puzzle for us. So for people to meet me and our team members and see that we're sweet, normal, nice people, and then we don't judge. It's exciting for us to work on this project. I think that's been a big deal for us.
Is there a quote that's always been a mantra that you live by?
That's hard. I don't know if I would say always, but like I talked about with the Present Over Perfect, that there's nothing you can do today to make you more or less worthy or loved or anything like that has allowed me to be more in the moment, in the day, and just let it go. Because being a planner, wanting to control everything, just trying to let go of that and be more present and be more accepting of everything that's happening.
Yeah. Two more. I know I said that a while ago.
Okay.
Advice for entrepreneurial kids.
Just do it. Even if your parents tell you that you need to be a pharmacist or a doctor or a corporate lawyer, you can always go back to school and do those things if that's not your passion. But try to recognize early on what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what do you do when you're procrastinating, because this is what I did when I procrastinated. And so I think there's that phrase that whatever you do when you procrastinate is what you should be doing for your job, because then it won't feel like a job.
That's true.
But like I said, I'm not even 30 yet, and it doesn't really matter if I fail at this. I mean, we're doing extremely well, and I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah.
But just try, because you'll always regret it.
Totally agree. Last question, finally.
Okay.
Right? Well, not finally. This has been great. If you had a superpower or ability, what would you choose and why?
You know the movie Jumper, where he can like jump into different places? It's like immediate time travel.
Yes, yeah.
So you can, it's not like traveling back in time, but it's traveling to other places like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I kind of I drive a lot. Not as much right now, but especially being in sales, I've always driven a lot, flown a lot. I don't mind flying, but if I could take that travel part of it out, just be there, that would be nice.
That would be really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, I think you're the first person to say that.
Oh, nice.
Some people say time travel. Most people say fly.
Yeah.
But I like that immediate time travel. Just get me out of here.
Yeah.
Or just get me there.
Yeah.
Right?
When I get uncomfortable, I'm like, I just want to get out of here. Like Irish exit. I need to go to the bathroom. Never come back. I probably should not tell y'all that. Now I'm going to get totally called out.
That's funny. Okay. So thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Anytime. You're welcome to come back anytime you want to. Once again, how can people find you?
Y'all can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Orchid Organizing, like the flower. Our website is orchidorganizing.com. Our email is info@orchidorganizing.com.
Awesome. All right. Kate, thank you for being here. Everybody out there listening, thank you for joining us. Again, this is Raz with the Savannah Business Showcase. And as always, be the change you want to see in the world. Go out there and do something impactful this week. And if you want to change the world, you don't have to have $1 billion. You can just go down the road and tell somebody you love them. So I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Peace.